After these things, Joseph of Arimathea, who was a disciple of Jesus, but secretly for fear of the Jews, asked Pilate that he might take away the body of Jesus, and Pilate gave him permission. So he came and took away his body. Nicodemus also, who earlier had come to Jesus by night, came bringing a mixture of myrrh and aloes about 75 pounds in weight. So they took the body of Jesus and bound it in linen cloths with the spices, as is the burial custom of the Jews. Now in the place where he was crucified there was a garden, and in the garden a new tomb in which no one had yet been laid. So because of the Jewish day of preparation, since the tomb was close at hand, they laid Jesus there.
I am Alexander Adenarine. To start, Apostle Paul in Scripture, he says it's of first importance, right? So the death, the burial, resurrection is of first importance, which I thought was a really cool, it stood out to me. It's not in John chapter 19, but I did read some passages on that, and it could have been second, could have been third, but the death, the burial, and the resurrection, which we focus primarily around this time of year, is of first importance, which I couldn't agree more. So the big picture is what was actually done, and the fact that this was all preordained, that this was prophesized well before crucifixion was even invented, well before baby Jesus came into the picture, well before we had any idea of it. This was spoken on and prophesized, I believe, almost 900 years prior. So the text is the preparation of Jesus' body after death, where Joseph and Nicodemus get oils and myrrh, and they start to wrap his body in cloth linens and just prepare his body. And so what stood out to me immediately, we're just all bones and mush, and that he also was bones and mush, and that's just so crazy to me to think that he was human just like we were. And so as his body was prepared, it's very parallel to the way our bodies will be prepared one day. And to think of this sovereign man that is very much like myself, that had thoughts and emotions and felt pain and sadness and empathy and happiness and joy, all of which I experience, every day or every week. It's just very cool to think that that's such an outer world thought to me, that we are that alike, and that we truly are made in the image of God. The tomb was basically awaiting a man of a very rich character, and that the tomb is obviously for a very wealthy individual. I think that's a very pivotal point in John, that he was given this tomb, and so where he was mocked and shamed and mistreated, now we see this rebirth, and now we see this very pivotal point again of where his true identity is going to take form. And I thought that was really neat. By sacrificing himself, God gave his son to position mankind to live a life that he wanted for us. And I think it is our due diligence to make sure that doesn't go in vain. And that's very important. And as a young man and as a new father and still fairly new husband, I keep that at the forefront of my mind, that every day I need that reminder that the ultimate sacrifice was given. And if that was ever asked of me, which thankfully it won't have to be, if that was ever asked of me, that I couldn't fathom that idea. It really leaves you at a loss for words. It's out of this world. It's mind-blowing. There's a lot of prophecies that came to pass in John chapter 19. The crucifixion again, which was prophesied by King David almost 900 years ago. No broken bones. The Roman soldiers came back to break his bones and to break his legs, which was a common act of them. They weren't able to do so. And Psalms chapter 34, I'll read, "For the Lord protects the bones of the righteous, none of them, not one is broken." And then the land darkening was also prophesied before. So those are three major prophecies, which I wrap that up to say Acts chapter 1 speaks about the second coming, right? So the Lord coming back is also prophesied. And if those three prophecies came to pass 900 years later, who am I not to believe that Acts chapter 1 isn't right as well? And I like to hang my hat on the fact that the second coming in Acts chapter 1 is completely right. That prophecy will be fulfilled, and that my salvation is not weightless, and my claims to the kingdom through the Lord are not weightless, and that His death was not in vain.